today. I'll let them say hello and we will jump right in. We've got our Director of Field Development, Nader Kazan.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday Zoom.
Our Director of Product Education, Lisa Goodkin.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today.
And our Director of Product Development, Dr. Ryan Goodkin.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining.
Awesome. So we are now just over 2 years into launching Live Good. We're officially the fastest growing company in the entire network marketing industry, in the health and wellness industry, and just continuing to bridge or widen that gap is where I'm going for, and really just about to take off to a whole nother level. So the timing is absolutely perfect if you are looking at an opportunity to align yourself with. We've got some amazing products, highest quality, lowest price. You're going to hear about that today. So we're going to give you all the information you need, a little history of the company, talk about our products, learn about our formulations and why we do what we do, talk a little bit about the compensation plan, and let you guys get rocking. So with that, both Nader, our Director of Field Development, and myself have been in the network marketing industry for myself about 20 plus years, Nader over 30 years. Both had amazing careers, thankfully. Started in the field as distributors. Were able to move up to consulting, business development, ownership, all that stuff. Met some amazing people in this industry. But about 6 years ago now, I walked away from this industry. I didn't want to be part of it anymore because when I really looked at what was going on in the industry, the numbers, and seeing that only about 1% of people are actually making money in the network marketing industry, while 99% are losing money, I didn't like that. And being the guy that writes the compensation plans and owns the companies, we did what we could, try to change those numbers, move the needle. We were able to do it a little bit, but at the same time, just didn't feel good morally, ethically to be involved, to introduce people to a company, talk about this concept, this idea of residual income, when in reality it just wasn't happening. And so again, about 6 years ago, I decided I was done, moved on to different things, and just wasn't going to be in the network marketing industry anymore. And I was happy with that. But at the same time, Nader and I have had this concept. We brought some amazing products to market and know how to do it, worked with some of the top formulators, manufacturers on the planet. And we talked about, what if we could actually bring people the highest quality products, give them to them at just a few dollars above cost, do it as a membership model similar to Costco. We always called it the Costco model, and really fix this industry and help people actually be able to get healthy, stay healthy, and do it in an affordable way. Because what's happening in the industry, or what has been happening, is that people will buy a product for 2 or 3 months and then they'll drop off because they can't afford it, something comes up. And that's not helping people get healthy. So, and it's really not helping anyone, because again, that's why, you got 1% of the people at the top of the compensation plan making money and everybody else struggling. And even if it is an amazing product, the challenge is, one product isn't going to change it. One product could change your life, I guess, but you need more than one product. And we're going to talk about really the fundamentals of health and some of our life-changing products that we have with Live Good. But that said, we had this idea, and I was done. I didn't want to be part of the industry anymore, but I continue to watch things change in the network marketing industry, kind of continue to get worse. And every time I talk to Nader, he'd remind me that we got to do something, we got to fix it. I want you back. Let's do this. And so just over 2 years ago, we decided to launch Live Good. We just watched what was going on. The economy was changing. People's buying habits are shifting, moving away from expensive, overpriced things, more towards affordability and value. And that's really what was the deal breaker to get me back in the industry. And now, a year and a half in, actually over 2 years in now, we've broken every record ever set in the network marketing industry. It took Amazon 2 years to put on their first 1 million members. We did it in 13 months, and we're just getting started. So very excited to be where we are. And when you guys understand highest quality, lowest price, it just makes absolute sense. That's why, unlike other companies where less than 1% of people are making money, we've got over 30% of our affiliates are in profit, most of them the very first week. And so that feels good. And what feels even better is that nobody loses in Live Good. You're going to save money just on any product purchase you buy. You know, other companies are selling high quality greens products for $70, $80, even over $100. This is the highest quality USDA certified organic super greens for just $18 for our members. So everybody wins, nobody loses, helping people get healthy, do it in an affordable way, and make some money on the side, and just breaking records. So with that, I'm going to take it out to
Network marketing. It truly broke my heart, but it made so much sense because he's absolutely right. So many people are losing money in a hope of maybe making some money, and meanwhile they're not able to get the most advanced, to get the nutritional products and supplementation that they need. So when he came back to network marketing, so blessed beyond measure, not just on me, I'm so thankful for him to come back, but just to see 1.8 million people, 1.8 million proud people going out there and sharing our love is just unbelievable. So Ben, I want to thank you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the timing. Let's see what's happening to our planet. You know what? Let's start seeing what happened about 5 years ago, half a decade ago. Almost the whole world got locked down. One of the things that did for people is it made the world more efficient, made people more aware that they need supplementation, they need to be healthier, so on and so forth. But one of the other things that did when you lock people up in the house for whatever reason for almost 2 years is people become wiser shoppers. I mean, for heaven's sake, there's TV shows called Extreme Coupon. It's teaching people how to go clip coupons and buy $200 worth of groceries for a fraction of a cost. Then let's look at what's going on in the marketplace. Let's look at what's going on in the marketplace. I'm sure most of you, especially the ones in the United States of America, have heard of a company called Costco. It's a club membership. It's a warehouse membership. They make about 10 to 11% on their product. Oops, sorry. They make about 10 or 15% on their products, and they go out there and bring out the products to the masses at very close to cost. And that's what we're doing here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at Costco. Costco has 110 million people paying Costco $9.95 a month. So if you buy 2 gallons a month, you can save a little bit of money. Let's talk about another company that's more of a worldwide situation, a phenomenon called Amazon. Amazon, as Ben mentioned, took them about 2 years to get their first million people, first million Prime members. By the way, it cost them millions and millions of dollars to bring in investors and marketing and so on and so forth. We paid tens of millions of dollars in commissions to everyday people that were so proud of sharing Live Good. So you look at Amazon, 200 million people paying Amazon $14.95 a month. So if you overpay for some product, you get free shipping out of it. But now let's look at the other side of the marketplace. You got network marketing companies, great industry, $200 billion a year industry, but you got publicly traded network marketing companies that Ben is going to share with you tanking. Literally, you're losing 20% volume every year. Meanwhile, you got companies like Costco, Amazon, Target, Walmart. All the club memberships are increasing in volume. Why? Because the days of overpaying for nutritional product, so maybe some people on top of the comp plan will get paid on it, is over. Back to you, Ben.
to our awesome director of product education, Lisa Goodkin.
Thanks, Ben. Yeah, so I do feel like everybody is becoming more and more aware of how unhealthy this world is. How you look around, and it's pretty obvious. You go to a grocery store, you're at the gas station, you just look at people, and you can tell when somebody is unhealthy and not. And many times somebody's also severely overweight, and you just know. So it's obvious that we're unhealthy. And we're learning more and more that we have to be doing things to take care of ourselves. And a lot of that is supplementation. I just feel like every time you're turning on the news now, it's there, which is great. You go onto social media and it's there. Just follow any health and wellness person, guys. They're there. They're talking about the need to supplement. But the scary thing about it is there are so many supplements out there, and it is a scary world to navigate. And I think about there are low price supplements. You can go into Walmart and get low price supplements. You can go into GNC and get some low price supplements, but you have no idea really what's in it. You are just falling victim to the marketing that's on that bottle. There is no real education behind it. You don't see anything about the testing behind it. You don't understand beyond what it says that's on that label. And that's where we come in. Live Good not only provides you with the highest quality supplements at lowest prices, but we are extremely transparent, and we provide you the education. And I personally feel also, as director of product education, that education is key. You need to understand everything about it. I mean, you go to the grocery store and you pick up an apple, and there's not much beyond that, right? You kind of know what kind of apple it is. Is it organic? Is it not? Very different when you're picking up a supplement bottle. Why? Because it is not regulated very strictly. So there could be things in those products that are not listed on the label, or there could be things on there that are lumped. We talk about it a lot as in proprietary blends. Now, you need to load your body with antioxidants, super reds and super greens. You need to eliminate toxins. We have we have our detox. I mean, the list goes on. But what I'm trying to get is like our bodies need these supplements to thrive. We need them to live a long and healthy life. We need them to increase. I talk about increasing our health span, right? Not just our lifespan, because a lot of times I was just listening to a podcast and it was crazy. It was like your body might be done at 65, but you might live till you're 80. That sounds god awful, right? Who wants to live those last 15 years? Basically, you're just saying you're basically dead living those last 15 years. Your body's not thriving, your body's not living, you're just kind of there. You don't want to do that. So that's why I say increase the health span. You want to live those last 10, 15 years living your healthiest. So that's the goal with supplementation. That's the goal with taking care of yourself. But again, follow us. I'm always here for questions. I love answering your emails. I love communicating to you guys via email. And if you've been communicating to me, I appreciate the great questions. And yeah. I think that's about it. Back to you, Ben.
Awesome. So yeah, we actually kind of have a feature on our site, a search function. We need to add diabetes because I just searched for it. So on our shop page, you can search for a product, you can search for a health condition, you can search for a benefit, you can search for an ingredient, and it should show all the products that match that criteria. So if that's the Live Good difference, that's what people can't unsee. That's why everybody needs to have a position in Live Good. Number one, to get healthy. To get healthy, stay healthy, do it in an affordable way, save money on the highest quality supplements ever created at the lowest prices anywhere. And number two, because of the growth that's coming. Right now, we have about 1.7 million members around the world, less than 300,000 in the United States. That's out of how many people live in the United States? How many adults do we have in the United States? Not
Over 350 million.
350 million adults in the United States. We have less than 300,000 in Live Good. That's less than 1%, right? That's like less than 0.1%.
Yes.
You guys can do the math on that. That is a very tiny percentage. Right now, we've just launched a lot of big ad campaigns. We've got tons of top influencers, podcasters, Russell Brand, Ben Shapiro, Bert Kreischer, Gabrielle Reese. I mean, we've got like 100 of them that are talking about Live Good right now. We're doing some big ad campaigns on the radio, on TV, on social media, on Google. We are getting the word out there about Live Good. By the end of this year, everybody in the United States will know Live Good. By the end of next year, everyone around the world will know Live Good. Right now, we have less than 300,000 people in the United States this year, and it continues to happen. There is literally no competition for what we're doing right now. Highest quality, lowest price. Nobody wants to cut their margins that much. We know how to operate a company with low margins, with leanness, and still be very profitable, but very successful. And we've paid out over like $100 million or something over the last 2 years in commissions to you guys. And like I said, we didn't create this company for the 1% of people to make $50,000, $100,000 a month. But we've got a lot of people making $5,000, $10,000, $50,000, $60,000 a month. Our diamonds are averaging over $10,000 a month. But what I love more is how many people are making $50 a month, $100 a month, $200, $300, $500, $1,000, $1,500 a month, more than any other company out there in the industry. That's who we created this company for. That's why I say